Okay, here is our 2024 Kia Telluride. This is in wolf gray. The trim is the SX, so it is just about one trim level above the EX in terms of features. Check out the tiger nose grille there from Kia. Looks amazing. I love the matte color of this this paint job here. It looks really nice, really cool. Pretty unique color. You don't really see a lot of matte paint colors like that on the road, especially for a vehicle of in this class there. Alright, and looking at the lift gate here, there is a power lift gate option right here on the fob. You push this button down for 2 or 3 seconds and the lift gate will open up with the power lift gate there. As you can see here, we have a lot of trunk space, especially for a 7-seater SUV. There's not it's not a significant amount, but you can still go and fill this up with your weekly groceries or your trip to Costco, or toss in a golf bag or something like that. We do have a spare storage underneath here for you can put your jumper cables, your snow brush, anything like that, plus a spare tire underneath there, which is really important. And if you do need some more trunk space, this is a 60-40 split for the bench, so all you gotta do is pull the strap, let the seats go down flat like that, and just like that you have a whole lot more trunk space available. So if you need to go for a trip or need to lug something a little bit bigger, then definitely the way to go here with the Telluride. Alright, we're sitting in the second row of seats here on the Telluride. You can see there's lots of really good open space here for minimizing the blind spots there. The seats are very comfy, very spacious in the back here. I can almost have my feet out all the way, and I'm a pretty tall guy. Over here for the passenger windows, there are privacy screens. Let's see if I can get it up with one hand. But that lets you block some of the extra sun coming in, and also gives you a bit of privacy from looky-loos outside, and easily detaches, comes down like that. Another great feature here is we have climate control for the back seats. So it's a tri-zone level of control here. So front passenger, driver, and the rear passengers all have their own controllable and customizable temperature settings. Very nice, so that way everyone can be as comfortable as possible on those long car rides to the cottage. Okay, we are now in the cabin of the Telluride here. I'm sitting in the driver's seat. We have on the dash over here the speedometer and the tachometer. They are analog style, but they are digital, so really cool. What's the nice thing about them being digital is if you go and signal a lane change, you're going to see from the side view mirror there's a little camera that's going to show you a live stream of what's going on in your blind spot behind you on the left and on the right. So now you don't have to worry about not being able to see over your shoulder like so. If there's a big pillar in the way there, or maybe a kid, or if you're like me, you have your dog sticking their head between the window and the seat and the headrest, you can actually make sure that you don't have to worry about those blind spots affecting you while you drive. Over here by the door, let's see if I can get a zoom in here. We have our memory seats, so 2 and 1, and you set it with that button. You do get 2 memory seat functions per user profile on the car, so up to 4 positions really. Really great if you have a lot of people that might be driving this car and you want to make sure that your seat stays in the position that you left it in. Over here we have our multimedia center command as well. We have the speech command mode to swap between your audio sources, and you can use these buttons here to this one is for your phone calls. You can pick up a phone call and end a phone call on this button. You can customize it to be pretty much whatever you want it to be. On the right hand side here, this button will swap between your computer options here, so you can display your compass, TPMS system, drive settings over here, and then your speedometer as a digital number, so you have the exact number what's coming out. This is our cruise control, lane keep, and lane follow assist. So this way you can stay in the dead center of the lane and not have to worry about going over the lines or drifting over onto the side of the road or a shoulder. And you can also push this button to activate the lane follow assist, so that way you can take your hands off the steering wheel temporarily, use it to take a break from steering and being in full control of the car, grab a sip of your coffee or a bite of your sandwich on the way to work, and still be driving safely without ever having to steer with your knees. This over here is our smart cruise control or advanced cruise control. So push this button and it's going to allow you to stay at the current speed you're driving at while maintaining a set distance of 1, 2, or 3 car lengths from the car ahead of you. Really handy for highway driving. That way you don't have to worry about constantly adjusting your speed manually to maintain a safe distance from the car ahead of you. And then this is the cruise control. Over here we have the infotainment screen, and we have the parking cameras or backup camera set up here. So you have a split screen. You have on the right hand side here is a top down view, and this is the actual backup camera with the dynamic lines. And as you turn the wheel, it's going to show you where exactly you're going to be ending up in relation to if the car was going straight on with the blue lines and the yellow lines there. And then another cool thing, if you push this button, you have a third person over the shoulder view of your Telluride as you're driving around. Really handy in a parking lot if you are worried about digging something or worried about squeezing this massive machine in between a narrow parking spot. That way you don't have to worry about digging up your car or hitting anything you don't want to be hitting. If we go back to the menu on the infotainment screen here, we have our map here, so you can actually have a full screen map like so. You can also select your navigation menu and have your points of interest brought up, things like your favorite places, your route options, so if you want to avoid a toll or a highway, previous destinations. You can also edit your route and see an overview of your route there as well. We also have the option menus for phone projection for Android Auto or Apple CarPlay, your phone menu here. You can record your voice memos here. Valet mode, so you can prevent any Ferris Bueller's Day Off scenarios there where they go for a joyride in the car there. And passenger talk, so that way you're not yelling back to your back passengers. You can speak to them through the intercom. Over here we have quiet mode as well, which is going to let your passengers have a nice relaxing quiet trip while you still listen to your radio without disturbing them. And then the final page over here are some Kia Connect menu options as well as your radio and media. If you don't like the touchscreen though, don't worry about that. We do have actual physical buttons here. We have your map, navigation, radio, and media, seek and track, and setup. This button here, just like the star on the steering wheel, you can customize it to be pretty much whatever you want it to be there, so that way you can customize your car and your experience while you're driving. Down here we have our climate controls as well, so we have auto and sync for dual zone control. And then you can turn that off with this button here. Turn on the front window defogger and the rear window defogger. This will also help de-ice and warm up your power mirrors there. AC and air circulation are here, plus your vent directions are there. And this button here will allow you to control the rear climate control. So that way, if you have kids that want to mess around with your AC or the heater, you can prevent them from doing that here. Over on this side, right next to your climate control dial and the dial for the radio, is the heated steering wheel button. And then down here we have a switch for heated seats and air-cooled seats for both your driver and front passenger. Really nice, especially in those hot Canadian summers and frigid Canadian winters. Want to make sure everyone is nice and toasty warm and is comfortable. In between these two switches here on the console, we have our phone charging station. So this is a wireless phone charger right here, but you can also use the wired charging ports as well if you have multiple people wanting to charge a device. Basically every passenger in this car is going to be able to charge their phone or tablet or whatever they're bringing with them, so that way everyone is fully connected for the ride. Down below the gear shift here, we have our drive and terrain mode. So for drive modes, we have comfort, eco, sport, and smart. So you can really maximize either the performance or the fuel economy of your car without too much affecting your other aspects of your drive. And then over here we have snow, mud, and sand. So no matter what terrain you're driving in or the weather conditions, you're going to be safe and able to handle pretty much everything Mother Nature throws our way. This button over here is to turn on or turn off your parking proximity sensor. So if you're going to be backing into, you know, say a post or a pole or another car, this will warn you, prevent you from digging up your gorgeous new Telluride. This is the parking camera, so you can turn it on or off like so and see what's going on behind you without having to put the car in reverse. Really handy for that. Over here is the electronic parking brake and auto hold. Auto hold, I like to think of it as being a almost like a cruise control for the brake. You can put your foot brake down and make sure your car is not going to be too negatively affected by having your parking brake on, and that way you can still go to drive-ins, stop at the stoplight and take your foot off the brake and give yourself a little rest there. And this is turn the engine idler off there, so that way when you come to a stop, you don't have to worry about the starter starting the car up and turning it off and turning it up, turning it on, turning it off over and over and over again. And then one last thing here, we have great visuals here, not a lot of blind spots, really open big space. And then for everyone else that likes it, we do have a dual sunroof for the front and the rear. Great option for those that love having a sunroof for both the passenger and the driver, so everyone's going to absolutely love that option there. But it also functions as a moonroof there, so just gonna open it up really quick so you can see it, and there you go. If you want to close it at all, you just tap it and it will close everything up for you nice and tidy. And now you have a nice moonroof. You see the sun without in the sky without having the air coming in and the wind ruining your hairdo. And that is this Kia Telluride SX. It's available here at Lindsay Kia. Give us a call and we'll be more than happy to arrange a test drive so you can see what Kia has to offer you. Have a great day. Bye-bye.